Hello and welcome to another edition of Clubhouse X, and I am Controversial B. Well, today on Tuesday, March 24th, I promised you an interview with DTSK, which will be coming up real soon, and it will be posted on the Clubhouse X YouTube channel website this evening, as he will be stopping by and giving us a personal interview of his journey on the road with firstly Pittsburgh Hendy and their wonderful journey in their tour. Now, but first of all, I again have a few comments about the Newcastle City Council and a couple constituents, a couple shout outs, and I promised you a few surprises. So let's get to that first. Because, of course, I like to keep Controversial B's Clubhouse X separate from my artist friends and a couple other people that work behind the scenes here at Clubhouse X. So let's get right to that. First piece of business of me being controversial is I was at the meeting last Thursday at the city council meeting, and I had an opportunity, which I've expressed a lot of shout outs and a lot of thank yous to a couple people for calling me out, and kind of a special thank you to Mark. But the big topic of conversation that I've been reading, I had a few notes here, I've been reading about is Stephanie DiCarlo. Okay, people, no offense. You had to call her out. You had to say some derogatory things about her. You had to say she was sleeping. She wasn't sleeping. It was AI generated. It wasn't AI generated. Fine. Okay. Whatever. Let it go. It's been a week or two. Can we move on? I'm sorry. Was it funny? Maybe it was to some people. Was it accountability you were calling out? Yes, we agree. I agree. No disrespect to any of you to want government accountability. I'm big on a government accountability. I'm the biggest one SOB it is. But do we have to keep talking about it? Okay, quit being a nagging wife. Okay, it's done. It's over with. What are we going to do? Suspend her? Take her pay? Okay, I don't know. But the point is, let's let it go. Okay, the husband got on there and made a comment. We haven't heard from her. Maybe we should. Maybe somebody. Let's bring up one name. Nicholas. Nicholas, the reporter for the Newcastle News. I'm calling you out now. And you're going to say, what did I do, Bob? Controversial B, what did I do? Nicholas, you're a reporter. I'm 56 years old. And I worked at the Newcastle News. Would you like to look me up and see when my payroll was? District manager, delivered in the white vans, delivered to all the machines, delivered to houses. I worked at the Newcastle News. I remember the inner workings. I remember Max being the publisher, Dwayne being one of the circulation men, ran the circulation department. I know who Batty Barrow was. How many names you want me to name? So, Nicholas, I know the Newcastle News. I once knew what it was. Let's put it that way. A lot of people probably still ain't there. But, Nicholas, I'm calling you out. You're a reporter. Why don't you go and ask these people that were supposedly accused of sleeping? Why don't you call her up, email her, okay? And say, sure, Stephanie, were you sleeping? Maybe you were looking at some paperwork. Maybe you were looking at your phone. Maybe while you were checking out some paperwork for the city, maybe it looked like you were nodding off. Why don't you go get the story? Quit worrying about what you heard, what you read, and do some actual reporting. Okay? I saw what you had in the Newcastle News. It's online. I mean, I got a few free pages. I read about it. So why don't you go and ask her for her opinion? Okay? Get in the car, drive down here, and ask her. So, Nicholas, yeah, I just called you out. No disrespect. I'm just asking you, why don't you do that? And how about Eddie? You saw me in the audience in that hearing. I heard what you said directly. I didn't need to read it. I heard what you said, which, personally, I don't think you need to sit down. If you want to be heard, you should stand up when you have something to say. So that's the first thing I think you should have done. And you defended her. Congrats. You know what, Eddie? Good job. You defended her saying, and quote, let me be clear, okay, that people should know the truth before dogging her, before insulting her, and everything else. Okay, you were defending her, friend, co-worker. I understand that. A couple places I work, I defended my co-workers. So kudos to you, but one thing I don't agree with. You defended her. You're absolutely right. But in the same aspect, okay, why didn't you say, Nicholas, in that article that was read, okay, and then you printed an article on Facebook, and I can look it up and I'll put it on my page, that Nicholas Russell, or whatever his name is, he should have come down and asked for an interview for maybe you personally and her personally, and got to the story. Okay, and quit reading transcripts and then printing a story. That's not what a reporter does. A reporter actually comes down to interviews and gets quotes and asks you, do you want to be interviewed? Then he could say, hey, I asked for an interview one-on-one. What was going on that night? And then he could have said they want to be interviewed. Here's the interview. No, they declined an interview. Okay? Because I'll give kudos on one thing. That, and I will mention another name here, Blaine Michael. Lawrence County Civic Action Association. He put an article up today in Take Back Newcastle, and I give him an A+ for what he wrote today, saying that, they tried to do something good, and then they took about 13 steps back. I think that's what the quote was. I'm not going to look it up on my phone because that's another thing I like, is let's not be on our phones during a city council meeting. I was there. You're all on your phones. You're all on your laptops. When people are speaking to you, you should not have a goddamn phone. And I said that. You should not have a phone or being at your laptop unless you're answering a question that another councilman, hey, can you look that up for me so I can give this man an answer? Can you find out what that budget number is so I can give this man an answer? You guys are sitting there on your phones. Wait a minute. Let me think. Oh, yeah. You're not even supposed to be on them in school. You're not supposed to be on them in a public office. The welfare office. Don't be on your phones. Social Security office. Don't be on your phones. Doctor's offices. I was in one the other day. Don't have your phone out. Don't be taking pictures or on your phones when you're in there for an exam. But you guys can sit there and be on your phones when you have people speaking to you. And you're looking up at the ceiling, Mark. You're looking up at the ceiling, sitting in your chair, and you're on your phones. You got people speaking to you. Don't be on them. Pay attention. Put them down. That should be number one rule. You're there to do a job, not be on your phones unless somebody's asking you for a question and you don't have the answer in your head. Hey, remember this? Pen and paper. Notes. Have them ready. Okay? Technology is not always the answer. There's pen and paper, cursive writing, stuff that you people forgot about. Okay? So if you got a problem with what I got to say or what I just said, you know where I'm at. You know my Facebook page. Comment on it. Okay? That's the only thing I got to say about that. So city council, phones down, laptops off to the side, pay attention when people are talking to you. Because you're going to hear me. I'll make sure I tell you to put your phone down if I ever am allowed to speak, which Shenango Township, I'm not allowed to talk to you, but I'm talking to you right now. So Blaine, I give you a big props on that Lawrence County Civic Action. A+ for what you wrote earlier. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I gave you a like on that. You know, Eddie, I give you props for standing up for Stephanie. Co-worker standing up for, you know, I don't blame you one bit for standing up for her, but I really think that this Nicholas here, this reporter for the Newcastle News, I think you should do more reporting. I honestly do. You should get out there and talk to the people and, you know, one-on-one, take a picture maybe with them, show them that you're out there and reporting with the people. Okay? You're not sitting there and reading an agenda. You're not sitting there reading a transcript and then reporting from that piece of paper. You need to be out there and introducing yourself. Maybe come to a council meeting, introduce, hey, my name's so-and-so. Okay? I'm not calling you out to be a bad guy. I'm calling you out there to tell you, hey, we're getting more involved. They called me out and I showed up. And now I'm making videos because I'm going to make sure people know who the hell I am now. Okay? So that's basically what I got to say about that. And guess what? Right now, you check out my webpage. I'm advertising a few things. Public caucus meeting on 4/20. Blaine Michael posted it. Want you to come out there, share some ideas, and learn how things are done at the city council meeting. So you might want to check that out. And you will hear from DTSK in an interview right here at the Clubhouse X. Will be posted later tonight if you want to hear about up-and-coming artists. I have an interview with him about his journey on the road with Pittsburgh Hendy and the opportunities that this man is giving many local artists. So you feel free to check that out later. Feel free to pass this video on. As always, I am ControversialB, and you have a wonderful evening. I look forward to seeing everybody soon. Good night.